you've got to be careful in this world about what you get good at. And I've never really heard anyone talk about this before, except in this one book that I'm reading right now. It's called The Big Leap by a guy called Gay Hendricks, which is a very unfortunate first name, but it's a decent read. I definitely recommend it. In it, he talks about several concepts, two of which are called the zone of excellence and the zone of genius, among others, but these two will be the focus for this video. Because I've noticed something really interesting, and that is, if you're someone who's quite intelligent or quite smart, you learn things incredibly quickly. And while that is great and it can be really useful for you and something you should definitely use, like you got to use what you've got in this world, it can also be a double-edged sword. Because if you get good at the wrong thing, that can trap you. You can build your own prison. In the book, Hendricks talks about the zone of excellence. And the zone of excellence is, it's something that you're good at, you've learned to do, and you're incredibly successful at it. And people give you external validation for it. It's usually like your profession or something you've spent thousands of hours doing. But the problem with the zone of excellence is you're good at it, but you don't really care about it. It's not a passion for you. And I found myself in this many, many times in my life where I would practice something, I'd get really good at it, like copywriting, for example. But it was just a skill for me. It was just like, it was a means to an end. It was a way for me to get into the business world, to get hired at like a consulting firm. But it was not the thing that I am super passionate about. And if you're not careful, you can build many of these prisons at once. Like you can get really good at a lot of things. Another good example is if your parents, wanted you to like learn piano when you were a kid and you took classes every single day. And, I'm sure you've seen examples of this, even if this isn't you. But those people who they're like grade 7, grade 8 on piano, but they hate it with a passion. Again, that's like a zone of excellence for them. It's not something that they've chose themselves. It's something that was pressed on top of them, or maybe they took opportunistically because they wanted to get a scholarship or whatever it was. And now they're realizing, wait, I actually don't like this thing. It's more dangerous than if you're not good at something, because at least if you're not good at something, you can just be like, I suck at this, don't put it near me. But if you're good at something, it's in your zone of excellence, and everyone is constantly telling you how great you are at it. It can be really hard to escape that. So this is something I've been thinking about a lot, and I've been trying to find my zone of genius. So your zone of genius is essentially the thing that you're good at, and like naturally good at, but also the thing that you love and the thing that drives you and the thing that you're passionate about. And, I've been thinking a lot about, testing new things, trying new things, because I've been trying to find that zone of genius. And what you really want to do, hence the name of the book, is make that leap between the thing that you're good at but you don't really care for, that prison that you've built for yourself, and finding that thing that you're good at and you're naturally talented at but drives you at the same time. And this is a constant process, right? Like, it's not something you can do in a day. It is an exploratory, very introspective process. And so now I'm in this position where I'm exploring all these things. I'm trying new things, like I'm picking up the camera again and recording videos. I'm trying hobbies I haven't done in a while. I'm listening to music I don't normally listen to. And I'm in this limbo stage where I'm trying to discover what that thing is. And I definitely recommend you do this. Like, if you're resonating with this in any way at all, I definitely recommend that you start experimenting. Well, firstly, pick up this book. It's a good book. And start experimenting, start trying to find that zone of genius, what comes naturally to you, what energizes you. Because if you don't do this, you will just continue to build this prison for yourself, and the prison will get better and better and better. You'll get the golden handcuffs, so to speak, and soon you'll be in a career, you'll be 40 years old, you'll be locked in with a high salary and, dependents and, children and things like this. And just getting out of it will be harder and harder and harder. So the younger that you can be when you find your zone of genius, the better. I've found all kinds of people who are in this situation, founders of businesses. I found, salespeople, managers, everyone, like a lot of people who I've spoken to suffer from this problem, right? And it's successful people as well as unsuccessful people. It really doesn't discriminate. So yeah, like freedom it's not about making money. It's not about being good at something. It's about being good at the right thing. That's what I've learned. And so, building your life around things that you really don't want to be doing it's not going to be a good life for you. Like if you're only here once, unless you believe in reincarnation or something like that, which is a story for another day. You're only here once. So even if you can be successful at something, why force yourself to be successful at something that you don't want to be? And if you have a strong enough work ethic and you have a talent for something, you can be good at anything. I genuinely believe that. That's the kind of self-delusion that I hold about myself. So if you could be good at anything, you should be good at the thing that feels good, feels right to you. And that might change throughout your life, but you've got to find that thing and you've got to lock it in. So that's what I definitely recommend you guys do. Think about what is the thing that you're good at, but is actually your prison. And, do you know what your zone of genius is? It's worth thinking about. See you in the next video.